In this presentation, we will be evaluating the two main emission policies of taxation and tradable permits. Greenhouse gas emissions are an extremely important pollution issue that need to be addressed because of the negative effects it has on the environment, including increasing temperatures, rising sea levels, and causing long-term health issues for animals and humans. First, we will discuss how carbon tax works. A carbon tax should be based on scientific information that determines the negative externality that the pollution causes. The graph shows how the tax would increase the price of emissions, therefore leading to a tax revenue as well as the deadweight loss illustrated by area C, a producer surplus shown by area A, and a consumer surplus shown by area B. The main advantages of a carbon tax are the price stability, tax revenue, and incentivization for firms to look for other renewable alternatives. The main disadvantages include the high cost of implementing the tax, the difficulty in predicting the exact externality caused, and the reduced economic activity as a result.
How do tradable permits work? These are implemented by the government issuing a certain amount of permits that can then be traded within companies, with companies choosing to buy or sell their permits to each other. The supply and demand graph for the market of tradable permits shows a fixed supply which the government presets. When the demand for the permits decreases, governments can respond by reducing the supply further to keep the price constant. The main advantages of tradable permits are that they operate on an open market structure, they are easy to implement, and they incentivize firms to pollute less. The main disadvantages are the significant transaction costs required to implement them, the lack of revenue generated, and the difficulty to measure the impact of each individual firm on the environment. Both policies have different pros and cons and are effective in reducing emissions, so how do countries choose? Some economists argue that a carbon tax is more effective in the short term as there is uncertainty of quantities but certainty of price. Conversely, tradable permits provide certainty about the quantity of emission but not the cost. Each country needs to evaluate their individual position and make a decision accordingly.